Right, hi everyone, welcome to this Thursday's live. I hope you've managed to listen to the podcast, and if not, don't worry. I'll obviously explain bits about it, but these Thursdays are to go in deeper on the podcast, ask any questions, ask me any questions, just whatever you want to get out of them. So please share once you come on. If you're watching live replays, post any questions. Hi Kerry, you're in the bath, I love it. Let's get us a card to set off tonight. So I'm going to use the Work You Like cards, and I am drawn to these at the minute because there's big energy changes, so I'm really drawn to the energy that these are bringing because they're a lot more connected to your soul. So if you do have any of the Rebecca Campbell's cards, these ones are brilliant if you're just starting out. The Work You Light Oracle, and they're good for really connecting into your soul and what it's saying. Maybe not so good for like daily guidance, but really deep messages. These are fab. So we got, I'm throwing it, the Ever Unfolding Rose. So I love this card. What this one's basically saying is, whatever's happening at the minute, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So all the pieces of the puzzle are all coming together. So it's kind of like there's been a lot of things happening that might not make sense on the surface, or you might feel like things are taking a step back, or they just don't feel like they're going in the direction that you maybe had hoped. But what's happening is the universe is aligning lots of different things for you at the minute. So it's trusting that it is all coming together and you are on the right path. So whatever you're going through, whether it feels hard, whether it feels like you've had things thrown at you, it's all part of it. We've just got to learn. We've got to learn a new skill or learn something new. Hi, Casey. And it's all part of that journey. So please don't freak out if things haven't been going the way that you wanted. This Ever Unfolding Rose is saying it's all happening for you. So just trust it, see what comes afterwards, because when we look back, we can always join the dots. Hi, Heather. And that's the thing. Like, we never know what's happening at the time, but once you look back at your life, you can join the dots and see how things were connected. So you've just got to trust that daily everything is connected. I am feeling a bit better, thank you, Heather. I'm still like a bit nasally, but loads better than I was, so thank you for that. So that was the card for tonight, the Ever Unfolding Rose. So it's not happening to you, it is happening for you. So has anybody been feeling any energies lately that, you know, you wish weren't happening, or things have been feeling like they're upside down? If you have, pop them in the comments. I'd love to hear. Also, this week on the podcast, I talk about how to get yourself set up for the year. Hi, Christina. So normally what people do, we set resolutions, we set ourselves loads and loads of goals. And often when we set goals and things like that, we set out this big goal, and sometimes it's small goals. It depends on where you're at with what you want to set for yourself. But we set that out, and then we think, right, what action do I need to take? How am I going to achieve this? And we start, thinking, I'm going to eat healthier, I'm going to start saving money, or I'm going to start doing things that are going to get my business going, or whatever it is for you. You start doing this action, and then you want to see the results. And this is what we do with resolutions. We do this all the time. And the thing is, that's great, but we never look to go, well, who is it we want to become? Who is the person we're trying to be? Because when we start setting goals, actions, and then results, which is the normal way to do it, of what normally people do, we forget about the mindset work. We forget about the beliefs that have to go along with who you're trying to be. We forget about the fact that we want to change things in our life, so we don't change that by just doing. We've got to change it by changing the belief around it. So if you're trying to lose weight and you're just thinking you're on another diet, you're often going to fall off that diet and things will go back to the way they were, because you're not changing who you're being. You're not saying you are a new, healthier person. You are just saying, I'm on another diet. So the habits that are linked to you being on another diet means that you'll follow it for a while and then slip off. The same with if you have a big savings goal or something like that, and you're just saying, I'm trying to save. Well, you don't have that belief in what you're trying to do. You're just trying to do something. You're not becoming it. So in the podcast this week, I talk about how we need to think about who we're trying to be. Who is this new person we want to step into? So the person who has them goals that you desire, what is that person like? What do they think like? What do they believe about themselves? Because that's where we need to put the work into, not all the action. So what is it you want to achieve this year? Pop in the comments and let me know, what is it you would love, by the end of 2022, what would you love to say you've done, you've had, or you've been, or whatever, however you want to word it. What is it you'd love by the end of 2022? Heather's saying, I'm really working on getting into the feeling and doing things that feel good. Getting into the feelings of things and it makes sense. Definitely. It definitely does. So come on, don't be shy. And there can be random things, but anything you would want to have by the end of 2022, anything you'd want to have done by then, please let me know. So by the end of 2022, I'm aiming to have the choice about whether I want to leave work or not. I'm also aiming to be debt free. I'm aiming to, be on the lookout for my new house that I want. There's really, really big goals. Christina's saying building an agency. Yes, amazing goals with that one. So think about, what is it you want to get? Oswald saying by the end of 2022, I will finally have worked the nerve to leave my current job. Yes, I love that, Oswald. And stop having weeks like this one. Yeah, where you're running yourself ragged. Yeah. Move to my new house, lose £80. £80, wow, Christina, that's amazing. Such a big goal. Right, so they're huge, and keep popping them in the comments and let me know what else is coming up. So for Christina to move into that agency and to become that healthy woman, it is thinking, what is it you need? Who is that person and what do they believe about themselves for you to be able to step into that energy? So think about your goals. Casey's saying a new car and letting life be easy. So a woman who lets life be easy, what do they believe? How do they think? How do they act? How do they feel? This is the picture we need to build up in our heads so that we know exactly who we're stepping into. Once you've got this person clear in your mind, all it is, it's the next version of you. It's not completely changing things. And that's what we try and do with our habits. When we try and change our habits, we try and change lots of things about us, but we never actually get down to the root of what's holding us back to them old habits in the first place. So by stepping into the energy of that person who already has the thing that you want, who is already there, who already runs their agency, who's already completely debt-free, who's leaving their job, what do they think? What do they feel? What do they believe deep down about themselves? They think they're worthy, they think they're deserving, they think the sky's the limit. Like, what is it that person thinks? Because that is where we need to put the work into. Often as well, it's around getting really clear on the why. So that person who's already done that, who's already stepped into that energy, their why is crystal clear. Their why is already made. So for me, my why when I started doing all of this was that I knew that loads of people didn't know how to free themselves from the life they were living. They were like me probably back a few years ago, where I just felt life was happening to me all the time and I didn't realise I had control to change it. So for me, my why is to show people how they have that control, how they can free themselves. And I know that by me playing small, I'm stopping helping other people. So my why is really clear. It's like something switched inside of me and went, you can't play small, because if you play small, you're not helping people. You're not doing what you're meant to be doing. So that is my why, and it's crystal clear. And when I have them days where I'm feeling like, I don't want to go live today, or I don't, who am I to be doing this? Who am I to be saying this? And that imposter syndrome kicks in. I have to give myself the spiritual slap with my why and go, What are you doing? You're meant to be here doing this. Come on. So get crystal clear on what your why is. And your why could just be that you want that better life for your family. Your why could be that you want loads and loads of money and you want to be going around the world in a private jet. And that's okay. Your why is super specific to you. So don't worry about what it is. You don't have to share your why with anyone. Because part of my why is I would love to have full financial freedom. I want to be able to do what I want. I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to have it all. So that is a huge part of my why as well. Kerry's saying, I want to tap into more passion and purpose. Yeah. Grow my tribe so I can generate and increase my finances while staying grounded, happy, peaceful, fulfilled. Love it. Continue spending time with family and you. Yeah, that's amazing. Christina's need to work on my ability to let money flow in and will be willing to receive. Yeah. Heather's saying, pay off all the credit cards and student loans. Love it. Extra money in the bank. Yeah. So thinking of this, who is that person? Do you all have like a clear why as well? And can you imagine once you've got that stuff? So once you're there and you've done all the things that you wanted to do in 2022 or whatever timeline you've got in your mind, do you know what that person feels like? Like Heather says, she's stepping into that feeling, she's stepping into that energy, she's stepping into that way of being. So get really clear on what that person's like. I plan to create more hypnosis to get in the feelings. Yeah, I love that. Hypnosis and meditation is a really good way to step into this energy. As soon as you start to shut down your mind and get into your heart, you can feel the energy just grow inside of you. You can feel that confidence grow. You can feel all the calm wash over you. You can feel yourself get clarity from a completely different space. And if anybody hasn't tried meditation for this, get the Frustrated to Zen course because it just talks you through how to do it. But honestly, it's a way just to step into that energy every single day. And that person is already there inside of you. When I'm saying to you, think of who that person is and, feel into that energy. It's you anyway. It's you without all these layers. So all that happens is the real us inside our hearts, the real us inside of our soul knows exactly who we are. It knows what we're capable of. They know what we want, they know the desires, they drive that desire inside of you. So that niggle, that need for more is coming from that place. So that version of you is already there. It's just pushed down through layers of conditioning, layers of limiting beliefs, layers of, doubt and worry and fear. And all we have to do is let it rise to the surface so that that one's running the show. That version of you is running the show. So once we start to think of what do they feel like, what energy do they have, it allows it to come to the surface. It allows it to come out so that you can start to think, well, what would I do if I was making decisions from this place? What would I be deciding now? So if we're that wealthy woman or wealthy man like Oswald, we're making a decision from a wealthy place. We're not worried about lack. We're not worried about things not working out. We're not worried about all the things that we think of when we're in that lack mindset. We're thinking of, we can take a risk. We know the money's going to come. We know that everything's going to work out. If it's not this, it's something else. We have that attitude. We have that mindset that the money always shows up. The money always comes. We can always make this work. And everything we do is a learning opportunity. Rather than thinking, oh no, this went wrong, I've absolutely failed, why not stop? That's a lack mindset, so that's completely different. I'm just reading the comments, so she does not worry about the detail or that it hasn't been done before. Yes, I love that. And this is a big thing as well. So often when we are thinking of goals, we get taught all through our corporate lives, create smart goals, create them goals that are measurable and actionable and all that jargon and blah, blah, blah. Well, when we're manifesting, there is no such thing as smart goals because what we're doing is we're creating a reality you've never lived before. You've never done it, so how are you going to know the how? You're not going to know the how, and you're not meant to know the how. And one of the things I heard last night on the Unleash call, which was amazing, was your soul brings you these desires. The universe brings you these desires. So these wants and these needs that we all have, they come from the universe. The universe will pop that idea in your head of something that you want, something you want to create or something you want to have. The universe will bring you that idea. So why do we think that the universe won't bring us the how of how to get it? If the universe can bring you the idea and the dream, it can definitely bring you the how. So if anybody is getting tied up in that how and that worrying about, what steps you need to take, you just need to think the universe has got it. It's brought you the desire, it's brought you that want, so it can bring you the how. And it really will bring you the how. So the big thing is thinking about whatever it is you want to achieve this year. Have you really got your why bottomed down and your beliefs sorted out? So by that, I mean, this person that you are trying to become, this person you are stepping into, this new version of you, what do they believe? What do they believe about themselves? Do they believe that they are fully worthy of all these things? Do they believe that it's definitely going to happen? What is the belief that you need to match with your goals and your results and your intentions this year? Because that's where we need to start putting in the action to try and change things. So the action won't come through just changing your whole daily routine. If you're not changing your whole daily routine to step into this new belief system and get your beliefs changed, then things aren't really going to change. So start to think about what is your new belief. So when you think of this person, what is one new belief that you want to adopt that this person would have? So pop in the comments as well, what is that belief that version of you that has everything you want believes? So mine is that, the money is always flowing. Money is constantly flowing in. Money comes to me easily and freely. That is one of the big beliefs that I am working on. I am really, really working on now. And it's been a mantra that I've been saying, it's been an affirmation that I've been saying, and it's sinking in. It's sinking in. So it really works. She believes it's all possible. Yeah. And Heather, what's the big thing that she believes about herself? So not just, really make it personal. So what does she believe about her and how worthy she is? So let's see what Christina and everybody's saying as well. Another big belief is worthiness. That version of me that has everything believes completely how worthy she is to have that. Now, as a woman, we don't often do that, do we? We don't often say that we're worthy or deserving and, just deserve for the sake of it. Like, often we say, I deserve because of this, or I deserve because I've done this. Well, no, we need to just start believing that we deserve. So all of these desires, all of these wants, we deserve them all. They've come to us personally. It's like a personal delivered letter. Your wants and desires. No one else has them. No one else will have them in the version that you do. So please think of it that way. These are sent to you from the universe for that reason. Christina saying worthiness was one I was thinking of. Yeah, the universe and my soul have been given me the thought, and I have action now. I believe I will. Yeah, I will be given the how. Yeah, definitely, Kerry. She believes she's smart and capable. That's a good one, Heather. Being okay to ask for what I want and own that asking. Yes, exactly. We're allowed to ask for what we want, and that is a huge thing we need to get over, especially as women. And the thing is, when you take yourself out of it by putting ourselves in the middle of it, it's all ego. So it's all us. It's all our ego saying we don't deserve it. We're not worthy of it. all of that, that is all ego talking. So it's all about us, it's all this egocentric thing. Whereas when you take yourself out of it, you take yourself out the equation. You know, we're all beings here that we're meant to make the world a better place. The universe is trying to do that all of the time. It's working from a place of love. It's constantly working from this real place of love. But we don't see ourselves as this channel and a being around with everything connected. But it is. And the thing is, you've been given them desires from the universe because you growing into that person is going to help so many others. It's going to have the energy and the impact on everybody else as well. So it's not just something that's selfish or something that's really you just wanting things for yourself. It's you following this path because it's being given to you. You know, the universe gives us each our own desires and our own drive and our own motivators. And it's not just you selfishly following it. You know, by you following what lights you up, you're actually changing other people around you. You're helping them to see how to be happier. You're helping them to feel your joy. You're helping them to really feel the energy that you put out from being at your best. And that is massive. You know fine well what it's like to be around someone who is happy versus someone who is sad. If you're around someone who thinks that life is against them, it's, you know, everything is really out to get them and it's life is hard work, then people are energy vacuums. They are like energy vampires and they're not nice to be around. Whereas if you're around people who love life and feel the energy and feel all that joy, how nice is it to be around them? And you following your desires and really following this path for yourself is you giving that to other people around you. You are bringing and lifting other people up just by being happy and following what it is that you actually want. So I hope that resonates and doesn't make you feel as selfish. So how does that make you feel when you just take yourself out the equation and actually find that following your own joy lights other people up? It really does. It just lights so many other people up. And as well, by you following your own joy and following what lights you up, you're teaching other people how to do it. So if anybody's got daughters, if anybody's got grandchildren, if anybody's got any young people around you, you are showing them another way. All this stuff that we've been unlearning, you're showing them from a young age to try and unlearn them quicker than we were, which is a really good thing to do for people. So pop in if that resonates with you. And anyone who missed the card at the beginning, it just really does, sing to what we've been talking about, that life is not happening for us. Life is happening for us, not to us. And it's all about this ever unfolding rose. So every little step on your journey is leading you to that next place. So often when we follow our desires, we're following it to learn something or we're following it to get some information. And then it opens another door and another door and another door. And actually you end up in a place that you probably didn't imagine in the first place, but it's it feels right and you feel into that journey like Heather was saying. So any questions on that? Any questions on how to define your why? How to step into that energy of that person who's got it? Just let me know. Anything at all you want to know, or anything that you've been struggling with lately that you want to, thrash out, pop it in the comments and I'll answer it for you. I'll just have a quick drink. There isn't any comments coming through, so hopefully you're all right with that. But this has been a big game changer for me. So I never used to set goals previously, and I always used to think, I should set New Year's resolutions and things like that. But I always set them and then I wouldn't achieve them and I would feel worse than I actually did at the beginning because I felt like a bit of a failure from not achieving them. So what I would say is, don't feel like a failure if you haven't, started moving forward in this new year. January is it's a period of digesting this information, digesting what you want to do, thinking about where you want to go. And the big thing is, don't set out things that you haven't done the time to step into that feeling of who you want to be. Because if we don't start change who we're being, we'll always have them old habits from the old person left. So that's why often we fail when we try these things, or they just don't go as quickly as we want, because we're still stuck in the old identity. We're stuck in that old mindset of thinking, well, you know, I'll have that bit of cake rather than going to the gym, or whatever it is for you. That old identity, the habits will match that identity. So we've really got to step into the new identity and that new version, because then we start making decisions from that place, and them decisions start to become habits. So over time, we start to step up into that new way of being naturally, rather than it being a slow burner. It actually happens quicker the more we focus on who is it we're being, because we change everything. We change the mindset, we change the beliefs, we change the way we're feeling, and it becomes the new habit, being that person. And you don't realise how quickly you've stepped up into something else. Christina said, no questions, but I love the idea of really stepping into the feeling of the person you want to become. Yeah, exactly. And that is the key. So if you are setting yourself anything at all for 2022, really think about, who is it I am becoming? So who is it you want to be? What is that woman? What does she feel like? What is her energy like? What is her vibe? Just what is she giving out? And step into that energy, because then that's a gauge to, once you've got that really clear in your mind, if things are going wrong, you can start to go, well, have I been acting from that place, or have I been in my old ways? And it's a really good gauge of seeing where your energy's at, where your vibe's at, where your beliefs are at. So really try and do that. Focus on who is it you want to become, and the rest will follow. But once you focus on who you want to become and you understand their beliefs, they're your new mantras. They're the new things that you say on repeat. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am capable of this. I am strong. I am powerful. Whatever that is for you, whatever that person truly believes, that is your new mantra. That's your new set of affirmations, and adopt them for 2022. Okay, so 2022 is going to be a huge year. It is literally the time where anything is possible. That version of you that you want to step into, she is there, ready and waiting. So please don't hold yourself back at all this year. And I'm running a webinar on the 25th of January. It's called Step Up and Align with Money. And this is really about you stepping into that next version of you. Now, money is linked to so many things in our lives. We link it to our self-worth. We make decisions based on money. We literally have so many hang-ups based around money. And what I want to do is help you get to the point where you are living your life regardless of that. Like, the money will just come and you're living your life from this new place, that new way of being. So the webinar on the 25th of January is Step Up and Align with Money. And I'm going to be talking about your money relationship and how to turn it round. And as well, we've got something super exciting coming, which is hopefully coming out tomorrow, which is a money block quiz. So it's called Money Talks, and it's all about looking at what money block type you might have that could have been holding you back as well. So I will keep you posted on when that's ready and out. So many exciting things. Obviously, the courses are still available. They're there for you if anybody needs anything. So there's the Frustrated to Zen and the Manifest Your Magnificent Life course, which are there available for anybody who wants to dive into 2022 with a bang. And any questions at all, even if you're watching the replay, pop them in the comments and let me know. And if you're listening to the podcast, do me a favour and leave me a review on iTunes or wherever you're listening, because it really does help me share it with more people, and obviously it helps me get it out and see what people like. But if you have any questions, just pop them in. And as well, invite people to the group. If you think people are going to gain from these Thursday live chats, invite them to the group. More the merrier. It's not exclusive. So if you do feel people will benefit, then invite them along. And I will see you all next week. All right. Have an amazing night. Catch you soon. Bye.